Okay, today I'm experimenting. Where does water condense in the atmosphere? Does water condense higher up in the atmosphere or does it condense lower? I'm going to make a model here using 4 cups. I have 2 plastic cups that have hot water. I just heated the water in the microwave. And then I have a tall cup. This tall cup represents higher up in the atmosphere. And then I have a smaller cup, and this cup represents lower in the atmosphere. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. This cup represents lower in the atmosphere, so I'm going to put it right there. This cup represents higher in the atmosphere, so I'm going to put it right there. Okay, now I do have some ice. I remember in the book we read that it gets colder higher up in the atmosphere. So since it gets colder higher up in the atmosphere, I'm going to put some ice on top of the taller cup. I don't know how much ice I can fit up here. Whoops. All right, there. Okay. I guess I have extra ice that doesn't fit. Oops. I'm going to put it in this bowl. Okay. All right, so now I guess we're just going to wait and see what happens. You know, what's interesting is that I already see water condensing inside of my taller cup right here. I can see some water forming. I don't really see a whole lot yet inside my other cup. Oh, maybe a little. I do see a little up there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna pause the video for a couple of minutes, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and we'll see what happens. So right now it is 6:25. We'll be back in a few minutes and we'll see what happens. All right, it is 6:42 and we're back. I can see that water has formed inside of the cup, which represents the smaller or shorter atmosphere. Okay, this is the atmosphere that's not very high up. And then here in the higher up atmosphere, I can see a lot of water formed, and so much water formed it started to drip down. And you can actually, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of water around the rim because it was dripping down. Some of it even dripped down onto the table. So this one had a lot of water in it. You know, and to me, what does this mean? So let's talk a little bit about what could this possibly mean? Where is water most likely to condense? Well, I think that it looks like water can condense almost anywhere. I can see that there's water condensing in the shorter cup. There's also water condensing in the taller cup. But it looked like where it condensed more, or where it was more likely to condense, was where it was higher up and where it was colder. You know, remember we put the ice on top and it made it cold, and then that's probably one of the reasons why it started to condense so much up here, and then it rained, you know, it precipitated down because a lot of condensation formed. And once a lot of condensation formed, there was a lot of liquid water, so much that it couldn't hold it on top of the cup anymore, and gravity pulled the water down. So I'm guessing that water most likely condenses higher up in the atmosphere. Great, thanks for following along.